Mr. Roth, we still can't hear you. What?
Mr. Roth, we can't hear you.
Can't hear us.
Oh.
Mr. Roth, we can't hear you. We gotta find a way to explain to him.
I am emailing him. I just sent an email. He's not gonna like it.
Mr. Roth,
Mr. Roth, read the paper. Read the paper. We can't hear you at all.
Mr. Roth,
We can't hear you. Hello, we can't hear you, Mr. Roth. Please. I want to
He's
know
not
what's
muted.
going on. Look at, please, Mr. Roth.
Mr. Roth!
We can't hear you. I just want to learn, but I can't because I can't hear him.
I guess we're gonna have to watch the video.
it's weird because we want to.
Oh, not the hour-long video.
I could see if I can get my mom to try help.
Wait, all we need is the page.
Yeah, but we don't know what he's talking about.
Mr. Roth, we can't hear you. Shouldn't like Danielle or Braxton at least see these notes?
Yeah, he should.
Hey, Braxton, we can't hear Mr. Roth. Why would they hear us?
They
Mr.
can't-
Roth can't hear us. Braxton or Danielle can hear us.
Maybe we should try to leave and rejoin.
I don't think that's gonna work out.
No, because he'll have to add us again. So then he'll have to come back over here. And then he'll get mad and say, why did you all leave?
Why don't we just tell him the truth? Because we couldn't hear
Amelia's
you.
mom is trying to find it out.
Okay.
Mr. Roth.
Mr. Roth, we can't hear you.
Listen to us.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Wait, he's recording it, so he's not going to be able to, no one's going to hear him on the recording either.
Oh, great. We need to figure out a way to tell him now.
Tried emailing him, but he's not responding. Maybe he will soon.
I don't know if it would help. I could see if I don't know what we should do.
Mr. Roth.
He's not gonna hear us.
Mom's gonna send him an email.
I did.
He's not
too.
responding to
I did an
Autumn's
awful
email
lot.
either.
Mr. Roth, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
So I guess we just have to roll with it.
That's what he's doing. I think we're just gonna have to.
You're raising your hand. He should come over here soon.
Either gonna,
I'm just
either
gonna write it
figure out
down
that
so
we're not-
later we have it.
He's either gonna figure out that we're muted, or when he calls on one of us, he's just gonna not hear us and figure it out.
Yeah, that would. Well, he should definitely call on one of us.
Try to get your page on there to see what he's doing.
We should check our pages and see if it's even on there, because we do need this. It
It's on there. It's one of the
Page
pages.
77.
Yeah, I'm writing that. I'm just writing this down because I'm so confused.
Same. On the
Next time when we do this, we're gonna not be able to answer anything.
I think he finally figured it out.
Yeah, but if we can't hear him, that means the video probably can't even hear him. Which means we have to redo this whole math lesson.
You're at.
Guys, how about everybody draw on a paper and put it up to your camera?
Sorry, Zoomers, I didn't join the audio. That was on me. So
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was crazy.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. My apologies and thank you for the emails on that. Okay, so hopefully, Zoomers, you were able to kind of follow, even though you couldn't read my lips, but hopefully you could follow what we were doing here. And
Yeah.
what should our numerator be for this one?
2.
So now I want you to do the same thing with 12s and figure out how many 12s do you have. Go ahead. There's only one. Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Did you guys know I wasn't supposed to teach you about this until right now? Today,
We
yeah.
learned that in third grade.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to tell you about this till right now. But I figured I should probably tell you right away because it'll make things easier in the long.
Mr. Law.
Yeah,
No wonder I saw them on. Well, no wonder I saw them that they were on the moon. They couldn't hear them.
oh, yeah. Okay, so taking a look at this. How many should it be colored in?
4.
Excellent. How did you pick?
4.
I know 6 times 2 is 12, so I did 2 times 2 is 12, and I got 4.
Mackenzie, that makes me so happy to hear you say that because I couldn't have explained that to me better myself. She said that to get from 6 to 12, she has to multiply by 2. So she did the same thing up here and got 4. Mackenzie, that's awesome. Do you mean that you did this before you colored? Did you do this before you colored? Woo! What a good idea. You made sure that you had the right fraction before you colored. Did I say you had to do the coloring first? Excellent job, Mackenzie. I think you did fantastic. That math is coming along, isn't it? Would you say you're more confident in your math abilities now or when we started school? Got a girl. You're good at math. Okay, color in 2/3 on the first one. You know what? Do all three of them. Go for it. And then I am going to tell you something. If you do it wrong this one time, it's okay. Or if you do it differently than I tell you to, I'm not going to get mad. It's okay. Do all three of the bottom ones.
Mr. Roth, we don't know for sure, but if you weren't able to talk on the video, it might mean that part of the video is also muted.
Yep, they're just going to have to live with it. Because I can't go back now. I'm not spending 5 hours editing it. I have to go give a presentation to the school board tonight and then go home and do dishes and make supper and correct papers and get your stapled papers ready. And yeah, so I'm not gonna edit. I don't do it. I'm not doing it.
It'll take 5 minutes not to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to do it. Okay, Rajan, what should this first one look like? Okay, 2 of them shaded because there's 3 pieces. What if you shaded something different than mine? What if you shaded this one and this one? Okay, what if you did this one and this one? It doesn't matter. It's fine as long as it's 2 out of 3. So now, for the next one, how many pieces should we have shaded in for you? Because, go ahead.
Because 2 times 2 will equal 4, and 3 times 2 will equal 6.
Very good. I love the way that we're using multiplying. It's like doing this, like I showed you last week. 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6. We're doing a very good job of this right now. Now, here's one thing that I wanted to show you. I'm going to show you this. You guys see how I did it? This is something that I don't want to see because I think it gets a little confusing if you did something like this. Technically, it's correct. Okay, you guys get what I'm saying? Because what I would like to see you do, and I don't care how you do it, like I did mine over here first. You do this, I don't even mind this. It doesn't matter if it's different, but I want your pieces all together because imagine if this was a cake. Okay? If you cut into a cake, would you cut these 2 pieces out, then these 2?
No.
No, you kind of cut all the way around a cake. And it's just easier to see like what the fraction looks like. Like when I do this, I can clearly see that 4/6 is more than half, can't I? But if I have them on different places, it's kind of hard to compare it to our landmark fractions. Like, is it more than a 1/4? Is it more than a half? Is it more than 3/4? You guys get what I'm saying? Because if we wanted to see if this is more than 3/4, check this out. Again, smart board, but you guys get what I'm doing, right? I'm making an X. Is this more or less than 3/4? More or less than 3/4? 1/4, 2/4. Does it get all of 3/4?
No.
Do you guys see why it's easier to compare now?
Yeah.
So I recommend when you color them, keep your colors all touching. Everybody good on this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not saying it because like I have no reason for it. I do have some reasons and I think it's easier to see the fraction. Okay, next one. Bradley, how many 12s? How do you know? Yeah, very good. 6 times 2 is 12. 4 times 2 is 8. We're doing, guys, like those moments as a teacher that make you really, really, there's a few moments as a teacher that make you really happy. One of those moments is when kids that aren't or were struggling with something get it. And it just clicks and they don't need your help anymore. You guys are pretty smart, so you guys aren't like lost when it comes to this stuff. So I don't get those ones. But when I have a whole class using the right terminology and doing things correctly, I get those tingles. Like, yes, this whole class gets the process now. They get the way to find equivalent fractions. You're doing really great. Okay, so now this is kind of like what we did on Friday. So this could be a little confusing. I'm actually going to go back and do it this way and hope that I can make it a little bigger for you. There you go.
Mr. Roth,
Yeah, what's up?
I wasn't here on Friday because my mom didn't read the email.
Okay, well then, Maddie, this will be the first time that you're seeing it and you're really going to want to pay attention, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so here's what we're doing. We want to find equivalent fractions for 1/2. Is everybody understanding this?
Yes.
So what we need to look at is, they gave you them like this last time, and this is kind of, if you're struggling, this is what I would do. We're always starting with 1/2, and we're going to multiply that by something. Everybody following me? And I want this first one. The first one's super easy, guys. The first one is just fourths. You see how it says blank fourths? Zoom guy or Zoomers, can you see that? Is it, or is it too blurry?
We can understand because we have our papers.
Very good. That's perfect. So if you look here. We have 2 out of the 3 things. You see that? What times 2 is 4? And I know, guys, this is so simple. This one's simple, but it might get more confusing when it's the numerator, okay? And oh, I also said this on Friday. When you're trying to find the equivalent fraction, you got to work with the smallest denominator to multiply. Does that make sense? Like the 1/2 is smaller than 4. So what times 2 is 4? Hey, watch this. Watch this stuff. Everybody watch how hard this is. Everybody. Whatever you do to the denominator, you have to do to the numerator. So
Numerator.
now, all you have to do to finish this and find this is multiply across, right? Go ahead and finish this and write it in. I know. But then you sit there and then you're distracted. And if I have other tricks that I'm going to talk to you about or other things come up, then you miss those things because you get distracted. And it's a little bit of learning that self-control. Okay, 1 times 2 was 2. So I'm going to put my 2 up here. Now, when they give you the numerator, it's the same process. It's just you're going to do the top instead of doing the bottom. So watch. I'm going to use this one. Okay? I'm going to use 1/2. I'm going to multiply it by something. It's going to equal 5 over, oh, I almost gave it away because I did it in my head. It's going to equal 5 over something. Do you see that? All I need to do is figure out what times 1 is 5. Class?
5.
Hey, watch how hard this is. It's the same rule, whatever. So this time, last time it was whatever we did to the denominator, we had to do to the numerator. This time it's whatever you do to the
Numerator. Denominator.
Okay, and guys, I know the halves are easy. Because it's either multiply by 2 or divide by 2, yes? I get that. But what if I gave you 17/25ths? And I wanted you to figure out how many 75ths that is. Do you guys see why I want you to work with me and I want you to understand? We're doing an easy process here so that if we have to do a difficult one, you're able to take this process and use it. Because watch, it's not very hard. How far do I have to write? All of you could do that. Here you go. Check this out. 17/25ths. I want to know how many 75ths. How many 25s make 75?
3.
3.
It's the same process. I'm just taking this. Oh, whatever's here has got to go here. Now all I have to do to figure out this is go 17 times,
3.
okay? 3 times 10,
30.
3 times 7,
21.
That's why it's, even if you're able to do this in your head, you need to know this process so that if it is something like that, you can use the process. Are you guys understanding why we're starting with the easy one?
Yes.
Yes.
If you can do this, you can solve any fraction. You can find any equivalent fraction. Makes sense? Okay, so how many fifths would it be?
10.
10. Okay, so in an effort to try and get through one more here before lunch, let's just take a look at these two. What's half of 6? 3, 2, 1, class.
3.
And 4 is half of 3, 2, 1.
8.
Okay, you guys ready for the next one then?
Yes.
Okay, this time we're doing 1/4. So, and again, I think some of you are smart enough that you could probably figure this out in your head. You probably at least do the first one. But there's going to be times where you need to do the process. So, what times 4 is 8?
2.
Class?
2.
Okay, 4 times 2 is 8. 1 times 2 is, you guys understand why we're doing that there? Whatever you do to this time it was denominator. You have to do to the,
Numerator.
this time we're working with the numerator. Okay, what times 1 is 3? Class. So I might do this. This one is a times 3. 4 times 3 is, no, don't blur. Not you added. Multiply. Multiply. 4 times 3 is 3, 2, 1.
Wow.
Right, so this one's going to be 12. Now this one, you might need to write it out. And I'm going to do one more in a minute. We're going to do this. Everyone needs to write that in. So in this one, I would go 1/4 parentheses, because we're going to multiply that, equals blank over 100. Figure out 4 times what is 100. Go ahead. And if you can finish it, do the whole step. What's up? You could do it that way.
Yeah.
Mhm. For those ones, yes, because they're probably a little easier, but
Wait, can we do the 32 by ourselves or not?
right now we're just doing the 100. Try the 32 on your own after we're done. Braden, what times 4 is 100? big coins. What coin do you need 4 of to get 100 cents or $1? How much is a quarter worth, Brady? There you go. Whatever's here also goes. So 1 times 25 is?
25.
Okay, try 32 on your own. I would do it this way for some of you. Here's what I realized. And I would write it down the way it is. Yeah. We're gonna go to recess in 2 minutes. So why don't we wait till math is done? Here's what I realized, and I would literally do the writing of it down. Here's what I realized. I realized it's got to be more than 3. What's 4 times 5? Okay, so it's not times 5. It's got to be more than that. It's 4 times 10. So it's more than 5, but less than 10. Try. Okay, what is 4 times 6? If 4 times 5 is 20, that's 4 times 6. Okay, that's 2 times 7. So, because 2 times 7 is 14, 4 times 7 is 11. Not enough. You see, that's how you have to do it. Put in your head, you model. 4 times 8 is 32. 1 times 8 is. But sometimes you get so caught up in just trying to think, what is it exactly? And you get through those steps and you figure it out. You can work your way up or work your way down. Now, remember too, when you do 4 times 9, you would have tried 9, you get about the 4. You get about the 9, from less than 4. 3. 3 plus what is 9? 6. So then you would have known, hey, it's got to be less than 9. You can work your way down too. Okay. 4 times what is 32, class? 3, 2, 1.
8.
Okay. 4 times 8 is 32. 1 times 8 is?
8.
So this should have been 8:30 seconds. Okay. Zoomers, we'll see you at 12:30. We're saving the rest of these pages for tomorrow. We're going to have a heavy math day tomorrow. We're going to have to work really hard, but we knew we wouldn't get as far today because of the artist, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Now, no more artist delays.
Yes, no more delays. All right. Although the artist is good. Okay. We'll see you guys at 12:30. Everyone else, finish that up and let's